feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
The stars are silent, and the silence is louder than ever. June 2025. Seoul felt colder than it should have. Not because the wind blew harder or the sky was darker, but because two of the brightest stars in South Korea's entertainment galaxy suddenly turned off their lights. Jungkook and Taehyung, names that once echoed like hymns in stadiums filled with purple oceans, are now whispered in uncertainty. They didn't break anything. No scandals. No fights. Just disappeared with a kind of stillness that makes the world nervous. And somehow that silence is what screams the loudest. V's quiet refusal to return. After completing his military service, Taehyung, or V as the world knows him, was expected to return in a blaze of solo comebacks and luxury brand deals. HYBE had already prepared the stage. But Taehyung never showed up. Instead, he quietly declined the offers. Politely. Firmly. Completely. Sources close to him say he's chosen nothing over everything. No schedules. No press. No promises. Just space to breathe, space to exist. In a rare off-the-record moment during a closed-door fashion interview, he said something that keeps circling among armies like a haunting. Sometimes freedom doesn't look like flying. Sometimes it looks like walking away when the world begs you to stay. Jungkook's vanishing footsteps to America. Almost simultaneously, Jungkook's name began to vanish from South Korean headlines. Instead, he appeared like a soft rumor in Los Angeles. He didn't announce a move. He didn't explain. But real estate whispers from Beverly Hills say he's leased a place there. American record label insiders suggest he's been meeting quietly behind studio walls. There are murmurs of an international shift. A new album. A different kind of independence. He's not running. But he's not staying either. Is this the sound of BTS breaking? HYBE's only official response? Each artist has the right to make personal decisions about their career. That statement was meant to be neutral, but in the vacuum of truth it feels like a riddle. Why now? Why together? Why the silence? Some say it's coincidence. Others say it's the quiet beginning of a storm. K-pop industry experts have started using terms that once felt impossible to associate with BTS: fracture, fatigue, divergence. A hidden resistance. To understand this moment, you have to remember who Jungkook and Taehyung are, not as idols but as people. They've always carried themselves differently. More poetic. More unpredictable. Less robotic than the system they came from. Their words, their art, their silence, all have always meant more than press releases. And perhaps this is their soft rebellion. Not with fists. Not with fire. But with refusal. A refusal to be endlessly consumed by a machine that praises them publicly while draining them privately. Behind the agency glass walls. Rumors continue to ripple. Emergency meetings at HYBE, late-night negotiations, a sudden drop in stock value. The agency is bleeding uncertainty. Investors are holding their breath. Fans are clutching pieces of every vague post, every deleted tweet, every shadow in every video. And in the middle of it all, Jungkook and Taehyung remain completely, devastatingly human. No explanations. No denials. Just absence. Army, torn between trust and terror. Online, army is divided. Some hold on to hope with both hands. Others spiral into grief. Fan theories multiply like stars. Some say Jungkook is preparing for a Western re-debut. Others believe Taehyung is suffering in silence, possibly at odds with internal pressures. But all agree on one thing. This isn't noise. This is the sound of something real shifting. This isn't the end. But it might be a new beginning. We may never get a press conference. There may be no official "we're leaving" or "we're staying." Because for artists like Taehyung and Jungkook, decisions are rarely theatrical. They are quiet, internal, spiritual. And yet their consequences echo louder than any song. Maybe this is how legends grow old, not by fading, but by finally choosing themselves. And you, the fan, what will you choose? Will you demand answers they're not ready to give? Or will you give them the gift they've given you for years, patience, love, and belief in the story, even when the next chapter is still being written? You don't leave the world's biggest stage without knowing the cost. Unless staying hurts more. A room in Beverly Hills and a voice that changed. They say Jungkook's new studio in Los Angeles doesn't have soundproofing yet. That sometimes his voice leaks through the cracked window and floats into the midnight air, raw, stripped of production. Just him and a piano and something broken that refuses to heal quietly. An Uber driver who dropped off coffee swore he heard a voice say, "I don't belong to anyone. Not even to the dream I once died for." No photos. No proof. But the rumor reached Weverse within hours. And ARMY, who always listens between the lines, knew the voice. Meanwhile in Seoul, Taehyung's ghost. Taehyung hasn't posted since the moon turned full. There are no paparazzi shots. No airport sightings. No Fashion Week front rows. Only one blurry image from a fan who thought they saw him in Bukshan Hanok village at dawn. Hair longer, gaze lower, standing beneath a lantern like he was waiting for someone who never arrived. He looked like someone who had everything but missed the one thing, the caption read. Taehyung, it seems, has become a ghost in his own city. HYBE's mirror cracks. Within HYBE's glass towers, tension runs cold. A leaked memo, quickly deleted, revealed an internal initiative called Operation Continuum, speculated to restructure BTS's post-military branding strategy. But Taehyung's refusal and Jungkook's transcontinental leap have turned the plan into dust. One insider whispered. They thought they could resume the past. But the past left. Stockholders are panicking. Not because the music has stopped, but because the soul has. Letters never sent. A viral thread on Twitter claimed a stylist once saw Jungkook writing a letter in a cafe near HYBE. He wrote slowly, folded it, then tore it apart. She managed to read only one line before it disappeared. Tell him I left because I loved him more than the stage. Speculation ran wild. Was him Taehyung? Namjoon? The younger version of himself? It doesn't matter. What matters is that something was too heavy to stay and too personal to explain. Taekook, the thread that keeps pulling. Fans have not forgotten Taekook, the invisible string that tied them in rumors and real glances, in subtle touches on stage and shared silences off it. Now, with both men seemingly stepping off the map in opposite directions, ARMY is asking, were their exits connected? Was there a promise made? A pact whispered under a dressing room light? Was this a quiet rebellion together? A theory circulating among Korean fan cafes claims the two met one last time, unannounced, on Jeju Island. That they watched the sea together. That Taehyung said, "We don't have to be seen to be real." And Jungkook replied, "Then let's disappear but never from each other." Of course there's no proof. But in the BTS universe, feelings are often more real than facts. The art of leaving without goodbye. What hurts isn't that they're gone. What hurts is that they left like poems, unfinished but unforgettable. Their exits weren't grand. There were no final concerts. No teary declarations. Just absence. And in that absence, a roar of everything unsaid. And maybe that's the point. Maybe they wanted to remind us, they were never just performers, they were people. People who once gave the world everything, and now are asking the world to give them something back, peace. A world holding its breath. Fans continue to wait. Some write letters that will never be read. Some rewatch old V-Lives like sacred scripture. Some cry not because they're gone, but because they understand. This isn't betrayal. It's becoming. A becoming that requires them to step off stage, even if just for a while. And if they never return? Then let this be the truth we carry. Jungkook and Taehyung didn't disappear. They just changed the coordinates of their hearts. And if you close your eyes, if you listen closely, you'll still hear them. Not in the charts. Not in the headlines. But in every quiet moment you chose yourself over the world's expectations. Because maybe that's what they were teaching us all along. To be continued.